And we are live. We are on the way home from Branson City, Missouri. Branson, Missouri. So far, I'm the only one in the live stream. I'm talking to myself, which is great, because that's what I do anyway on a road trip. For those of you listening in later, I lost my voice when I was in Branson. It was not good. I was there for one day, and I lost my voice. And so then that meant Sunday and Monday, I had to do adventures. I did 6 adventures with no voice. We have Arturo Does It All, the first person in the mix to join me for a little bit of a Tuesday afternoon drive, live on the drive. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, you're in the mix and in traffic. Madonna Friedman, thank you so much for coming in. Hello there. I'm just on the hitting the northern edge of Missouri. I'm on 35W, or 35 is what it's called in this area. And I'm about to head into Iowa here pretty soon. Iowa's kind of a boring state to drive through. So I thought, hey, why don't I call in a bunch of friends to be bored with me? Yes, Arturo, I'm not holding the camera with my hand. I have it on a mounting system. So I have both hands on the wheel. I can see what's happening. So totally. We have a new person coming in. Charlene, thank you so much for coming in. Glad to have you here. And just to let you guys know, it's kind of tough to read these while I'm driving, so I might miss a few comments, but thank you so much for coming in, Charlene. Glad to have you here. I'm just kind of thought I'd fire this up and see if people enjoy this type of content. It's a beautiful day outside. And so if you'd like to see a little bit of scenery, the Taylor's family, hello there. Thank you for coming in. Just doing a little drive here. I'm currently in Missouri, but I'm about 130 miles away from Des Moines, Iowa. So I should be hitting Des Moines fairly soon. And blessings to you as well, Taylor's family. Thank you for coming in. I know that Nomadic Hippie and Steph Stuck in the Truck, they've done a few of these when they were on the road. And I always found it kind of fascinating to watch and see the scenery go by, see kind of where they're at in the country. And so before I went on this trip to Branson, I bought a little selfie stick kind of a thing. So that if I wanted to go live out and about somewhere instead of in the mix. Yes, beautiful skyline, Charlene, beautiful. So yeah, I bought the selfie stick so I could go live on the go if I wanted to in Branson. Well, I didn't get a chance to do that, but then I thought, well, as long as I'm on my way home, see if we can figure out how to hook this up and make it work. And so it looks like it's going pretty good. Oh, yes. I've got a far ways more north to go. I got to get to St. Paul. I'm currently 367 miles from St. Paul. So, but I'm just kind of in the slow lane right now. I'm not too worried. And I'm being safe. This is actually a lot better than the drive down there. The drive down there, I drove overnight. So it was pitch black the whole night, and I was tired and sleepy. I had to stop a couple times at gas stations to get some gas, freshen up, take a little nap for 15 or 20 minutes, and then head back on down the road. It took me like 12 hours to drive down there. But for the way back, I said, I'm not going to drive overnight on the way back. I'm going to just drive during the day so I'm not as tired. So I got up about 6:30 in the morning today, and I got my stuff all packed up and checked out. I was on the road a little after 8, and it's been nice. It's been a nice morning drive here. Got about 5 more hours to go, and we'll be home. It was a really fun time. Commander Vlogs. Hey there, sharing it out. Sweet, thank you so much, Commander Vlogs. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have Commander Vlogs, correct that mistake immediately. And I just got the notification that you shared it too. Thank you so much for doing that. As you can tell, I lost my voice when I was in Branson. I was overtired. I was going for 24 hours straight because I left at 11 on Friday night, and I didn't go to bed until after 11 the next night in Branson. I drove all night long. I didn't get to Branson until about 10 or 11, and then did 3 adventures. Came home, did a little bit of editing, downloaded all the content and everything on my computer, and then didn't get home till 11. Then, or didn't go to bed until like midnight or so, and then the next morning I woke up and I was like, sounded like this. I'm like, I have no voice, and I still have 3 adventures to do today and 3 tomorrow. What am I going to do? Well, I said, well, I'm going to go do the 3 adventures and work the best I can. And so it was interesting doing my little intros to go, it's Tommy Travels. It doesn't really work. Oh, Commander Vlogs, of course, I appreciate your amazing support. Same, vice versa, and verse vicey. Taylor's family saying greetings. Commander Vlogs saying greetings. Oh, hello. Back Alley Stock Picks. Thank you so much for coming in. You're driving but listening as well. Well, guess what? I'm driving and talking. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's nothing too exciting, just some countryside scenery on my drive here is all I'm doing. About to head into Iowa. I'm in northern Missouri right now. Hopefully I'll be in Iowa soon. I'm about 115 miles from Des Moines. And let's see. Oh, Leslie, thank you so much for coming in from Jen Bashta. I appreciate your support. I thank you. I got to do a lot of fun stuff on my adventures over this last weekend. I have a short video out on my page right now, and that was from the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson. And the shorts video is of the Mirthmobile from Wayne's World. It's the actual car that they sang Bohemian Rhapsody in. the actual car that was in the movie that they sang. Unbelievable. I could not believe it. They had the DeLorean from Back to the Future there. They had a replica of the Batmobile from the TV show uh, back in the 60s. They had, Commander Vlogs. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Uh, Gosh, it's been so long since I've had a super sticker activated. Go Gadget super sticker. Commander Vlogs. Thank you so much for the awesome super sticker donation. That is awesome. Oh, and then they had the Mutt Cuts car from Dumb and Dumber. I don't know which one impressed me more, the Wayne's World car or the Dumb and Dumber car, the van, the shaggin' wagon, as they call it. That was unbelievable. I love that movie. I've seen that movie probably more than any other movie that I've seen. My one of my best friends, um, he and I, well, I don't see him that often anymore, but when we used to hang out a lot, anytime it was like, hey, do you feel like watching a movie? Sure. What do you want to watch? Put on Dumb and Dumber. It just makes me laugh every time. Mutt Cuts. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Mutt Cuts. So I spent my entire life savings and turned my van into a dog. Oh my gosh. There's so many classic lines from that movie too. Pretty bird, pretty bird. Oh, his head fell off. Oh gosh. That was such a good movie. And what else did I see out there? Uh, Ripley's Believe It or Not. I went and saw. Well, they got a whole bunch of stuff in there, but they do have the world's largest roll of toilet paper. It's absolutely huge. If you rolled it out, it would take up 1,000,000 square feet, and the thing weighs over 4,000 pounds. It's like probably close to 2 stories high, probably 15 feet high or so. Unbelievable. Um, and I'm trying to think of what other cool cars and stuff that I saw. Um, they had, gosh, I did so many things this last weekend. It's hard to even imagine. I went on a cool cave tour yesterday. And I went to the largest toy museum, the world's largest museum. They have that out there. Wow. That place is absolutely huge. You go through one building, you think, well, this is a pretty big collection of toys. And you think, but is it the largest toy museum? And then you go around to the other side, and there's another huge building attached to that one that has 2 levels to go through. All these different sections. It's crazy. I was going to say, I want to bench press it, but I can't do that much. That's right. That's good stuff. I have a video on my channel about working out at work. When I was on maintenance for DOT, and I curled the toilet paper on my broomstick. That's good stuff. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to lift this one. Thing is 4,000 pounds of toilet paper. It was, I couldn't even believe it. My gosh. Now we're in the slowest lane possible. I don't know how I do this. I get into the fast lane, then people like tail right behind me, like, get out of my way. And then I move over to the right lane. And I always get stuck behind somebody doing 30 miles an hour. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, you need to become superhuman for that one, that's for sure. It's that's a cool place too. They've got a lot of neat stuff in there, and Ripley's, believe it or not. And that's a fun adventure because for the first time ever, I actually ate some crickets, not live ones; they were dead. But I thought, well, for the video, should I do it? I thought, yep, I better do it. If there's a challenge like that to do, you do it. So I did. I ate some crickets. And on the video, I was like, that's not too bad. Not too bad. But, it turns out, as it turns out, Timmy Ray the King, hello there. Thanks for coming in. Just enjoying some scenery here on my ride home. Thought I'd bring you guys along to sit in the back seat for a little bit. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, I ate the crickets because they had bacon and cheese flavor on them, and I thought I could probably do it if we did it that way. And it didn't taste bad. It was crunchy. You could taste the bacon and cheese. But after about 10 or 15 minutes after the video, after I did that video part of it, it's like you could feel a little cricket stuff stuck in your teeth, you know, little parts. You got the aftertaste in your mouth as if there was no bacon and cheese aftertaste. There was cricket aftertaste, and I had to go get a carbonated beverage. I think I got a Dr. Pepper to get that taste out of my mouth. Got a mint. It was like disgusting. So when you see me do that, you see me go, hey, but you can't eat just one. That was just for that moment. About an hour later, I was like, I'm sorry I ate any at all. It was pretty gross. Papa Mozo! Holy cow! Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. Papa Mozo is in the mix. You are in the mix. Holy cow, thank you so much for coming in, Papa Mozo. Wow, this was worth it. I didn't think anyone was going to come in. It's just driving through Iowa. The Commander Blogs came in. Timmy Ray the King is here. And now Papa Mozo. I hope you're doing good, my friend, and recovering well. It's a lot that you're dealing with over there, and it really is an honor to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping in. Charlene Heel. Gators drive safely. Good to see you, friend. Yes, Papa Mozo, good to see you as well. I'm just hanging out with whoever wants to come in. Lots of great people here. Absolutely, Commander Vlogs. If anybody is not connected with Papa Mozo, correct that mistake immediately. I have no voice. I was thinking about maybe before I left today from Branson, I was thinking about, hey, maybe I'll do one more video somewhere. Maybe someplace opens up at 8 and I'll sneak one more adventure in. But I was like, nope, no more adventures until you have a voice. Because I literally had to do like 6 videos with no voice. And I put them out once a week. So that means like for 6 weeks, people are going to be listening to my videos and hearing me with no voice. They're going to like, is this guy okay? Is he going to have, he needs to go see the doctor or something. He's had no voice for 6 weeks. It's hilarious. The No Voice Adventures. I'll make that in a playlist. That's right. The No Voice Adventures. It was really tough. So the very last adventure, I decided I want to get one more in, but what do I do? And I decided to just drive the entire strip of Branson. There's like a main strip, kind of like Vegas. Oh, there's a speed trap ahead. That's fortunate to know. Good thing I'm in the slow lane and not speeding anyway. Um, but I decided to drive the entire strip of Branson. I thought people might be interested to see just how many things they have fit into this one stretch of road here, as far as hotels and restaurants and activities and museums and all sorts of sights to see. So um, that's what I did. I just drove from one side of the strip to the other, and I did the introduction, and then I drove about 2 feet, and I said, "Okay, cue the music. I cannot talk through this whole thing." So it's just going to be kind of a drive down the strip with music, and that's it. Kind of a different adventure for me, but that's what you got to do. You got to do what you can. Life in the same lane. I don't know if they have that song. Life in the same lane. That's good stuff. The No Voice Adventures. Papa Mozo, how are you doing? Are you feeling okay over there? Are you still in the nursing home? Are you back at home? If you're still listening, I'd like to have a Papa Mozo update. See how you are. I saw a post of yours on Facebook saying you're reaching out to some of your students and everything like that. I hope people are getting back to you and you're piecing things together. Commander Blanza, you're friends with Papa Mozo, aren't you? I think you are. If you're not, please connect up with him. He's an awesome dude. Yep, you are. Okay, perfect. Just making sure. Um, yeah, um, it was just such a crazy few days for me. This last few days, that is for sure. Um, I had it was kind of nice yesterday. I went to do this cave tour, and we were on this kind of, it's like a jeep that pulls a tram trailer behind it, and they go through the cave that way. And sitting with me, being a Monday morning, the other people going were senior citizens, but they were RVers, and that was pretty neat because they've been everywhere. And so we were talking about Wisconsin Dells and Branson and all these different places. And, really nice group of people. I was kind of lucky, me being a traveler, to hook up and be able to have some conversations with other people that keep traveling all over the place. Oh, you will leave them a comment now. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just thought this would be kind of fun to test out. and see how it works. So far, I haven't heard anybody saying that I'm buffering or anything like that. So it seems like we have a solid connection doing this. And the picture seems to be fairly steady. I don't have it mounted up in the most proper way that you would want, but I think it's doing the job okay. Um, but the scenery up there in Branson is absolutely amazing. Just a beautiful part of the country. They've got all these hills and bluffs, and what a fun place to hang out. And it was warm too. It was, well, not hot, but compared to what it was like getting down into the 30s when I left Minnesota, and then it was like in the 60s in Branson. It felt nice and warm. It felt warm this morning too when I left, and then I stopped to get some gas. Windy and freezing cold. Even though it's 59 degrees, the wind makes it feel like it's about 35, which is crazy. Let's see here. Greg Manley is here. Thank you so much for coming in, Greg. Some of the comments, if you're making long comments, I'm not able to really read them, the whole thing. But so if I missed a comment here and there while I'm babbling, I'm sorry. But Greg Manley, thank you so much for stopping in. We are just on our way from Branson, Missouri, back to St. Paul, Minnesota, which is home sweet home for me. I've had a long weekend. As you can tell, I lost my voice. Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear about the memory. Yes. Papa Mozo went through a ordeal where he had a fall. And then just imagine this. You have a fall. Everything's fine. Then you fall down. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you think it's 1983. You can't remember, well, depending however many years that is, say like 30 years ago when you were a junior in high school. And you don't remember anything after the summer. Like Papa Moser woke up, he didn't remember anything after the summer of 83. 1983. And so I think that's the year Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters came out. Ghost- I couldn't imagine that. Like when you look in the mirror and you think you're a, 17-year-old kid or 16 years old or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're not. You're this guy in your 50s. That's what he experienced. And then since then, he got married. He had a whole career. He had a wife and kids and tons and tons of people from his from being a pastor. Couldn't imagine that. Freshman year. Papa Moses says freshman year. Yeah, I can't imagine that. And then, how do you piece all that together? All the people that have passed away, including family. He lost his mother during that time, of course, which had been fairly recently. But then to have to experience that mourning all over again, and for all the other people that you've lost along the way that you had dealt with and gotten through, it's like, what? Couldn't imagine that. And So my heart goes out to you, Papa Mozo. Greg Manley, saying hello to Papa Mozo. Yeah, I was Commander Vlog saying, oh man, this is crazy. But one cool thing that came out of it is uh, there was a pop-a-thon that was held when this first hit, when we all got word that this happened and what was going on. And a whole bunch of channels got together and did a 48-hour live stream pop-a-thon. So just about every channel in the community took an hour. I took 2 hours of time to help raise money. And the goal for the whole thing was 5,000. We wound up raising over 6,000 through the whole thing. During my live stream, we wound up raising over 500 for it. It was an amazing weekend of people in the community all coming together to help. It was quite a beautiful thing. You know, it's part of the reason I like to do this is because it's you know, not just about doing adventures and not just about you are in the mix, but to be able to see people go out and, you know, give their hearts and souls and help others in the community that are down. It really is touching to see all that's been able to be accomplished. Najuma Brown, thank you so much for coming in. Glad to have you here. You are in the mix. We're just enjoying some pretty scenery on a Tuesday drive. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it going. If more people start rolling in, I might keep it going for a little longer. But I just thought it'd be fun. This is a really boring part of the drive here for the next 5 hours. The next 5 hours is the boring part of this ride. So I thought, what the heck? I'm amazed at the technology. I'm stunned that planes are portable and have pictures. Oh, talking about drones? Yeah, there were no drones back in 1983. And phones, too. And there was not even oh, you're talking about phones are portable. I thought he said planes. I misread that. But yeah, phones. And the internet. Back in 1983, there was no, you think, yeah, there was no real email. The internet wasn't really a thing yet in '83. Just the first computers were starting to come out, like the Commodore VIC-20. It was the kind of computers. Planes are so good if they're stationary. Yeah. Well, both of those things, though. Phones and planes have evolved a lot in the days since 1983. Phones, amazingly, that was 83 was still pretty much the highest tech was. We got rid of our rotary phone and we got a push button phone now. We don't have to do the. Even the big, huge block portable phones didn't really come out until like 85, 86. We started seeing people with those. And then cordless phones came out. And that was awesome. Remember, that was the big technology, is the cordless phones. You're not tied to the wall anymore. You can go within 50 feet of that base and still get a good signal. And that's when you used to pay for long distance. Remember that? Everybody, quiet. I'm on a long distance call. We did that a lot in my house. And my parents, it was always funny when they'd be on the long distance call, they would talk louder for some reason. It'd be like my Aunt Jenny from Wisconsin. They'd be like, "Oh, hello there. How are things in Green Bay?" It's so funny. Oh, the party line? I was not part of that. We didn't have a party line. I remember we could do the three-way call thing though. That was a huge shift. That was a huge thing with technology. When you got the call waiting, Yeah, remember that? Hang on, I got another call. Click. Hello. That was like, what are we on, Star Trek? Is this Star Trek: The Next Generation? I can just hear a beep and then pick up another line while I'm on the phone. You are further away, so you really have to yell. That's what they do. You're like, hello there. And then nobody couldn't bother them if they're on a long distance call. You don't. You never want to bother a person. I'm on a long distance call. It's like, and then that was like a big deal. I remember when I was in high school too. Remember calling cards? There was businesses that had calling cards where you dialed this series of numbers before you dialed the number, and it would be charged to the calling card or something. Somebody gave me one of those numbers, which was convenient because my senior year was the first year that we moved to Minnesota from St. Louis. So all my friends lived in St. Louis at that time. And I had no friends here in Minnesota. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me see if this works. So I used it. Then I could call my friends and talk long distance for as long as that card worked, which is usually about a week or two till whatever company or whoever caught on to it that all these kids were using it. And then they would cancel it. But yeah, it was great. I got to call people free long distance. That was a big deal back then. Because in my house, as a kid, you could not call long distance on that phone. That was not allowed. Let's see here. Well, yeah, because that's why, because they were paying money for the call. So it was like long distance calls were a big deal back then. I have family in Granite City. Okay. Are you talking about Granite City, Illinois? Or Minnesota? There we go. I think I may have buffered out. God bless everyone. Thank you, Papa Mozo. God bless you as well. Collect calls. Yes, clock calls. You have reached it. You are getting a call from Commander Blogs. Calling collect. Do you accept the charges? Nope. Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, so to wake up from 1983 and then all of a sudden see the phone, like I'm on my phone right now doing a live stream, broadcasting my drive home from Branson, Missouri, and anybody in the world can tune in and watch it. Currently, only 6 people in the world are choosing to tune in and watch it, but still, 6 people in different parts of the country are here watching this. Remember payphones? Yes, that I remember. They used to be pretty much at every gas station or rest stop. And uh, I remember uh, I had a new car, a 1987 Plymouth Horizon. It was brand new, and I decided this was right after I moved to St. Louis, like the next year or whatever. And I wanted to visit my friends in St. Louis. One of my friends had moved to Chicago, so we planned it out that I would drive to Chicago and stay with him for a night, and then he would drive us down to St. Louis, and we'd spend a week down there visiting with people. Well, about halfway to Chicago, in this little town called Boston, Wisconsin, I stopped at a rest stop, and um, my car broke down. The transmission went out. Brand new car. Here we are, you guys. We just got the Welcome to Iowa notification. We are in Iowa, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Iowa looks like. There's the cop. There we go. There we go. Safely passed the police officer, and we didn't get pulled over. The speed trap notification worked out just swimmingly. White Horse Theology, thank you so much for coming in. We're just on a little bit of a drive. I worked in Granite City for 3 years, White Horse Theology says. Granite City, Missouri? Is that what we're talking about? Papa Mozo said he lived in Granite City, or he has family in Granite City. White Horse worked in Granite City. So my question is, are we talking about Granite City, Missouri? And what did you do in Granite City? White Horse, thanks for stopping in. We just entered the state of Iowa. We had been in Missouri. And now all I have to do is drive the entire length of the state to get into Minnesota. And then drive partially into there to get into St. Paul. And then I'll be home. That'll only take 4 hours and 36 minutes. And so I doubt that I will be going live that entire time. But I'm going to be on for a while until I feel like stopping. I'm in no big hurry. White Horse Theology, Twin Cities. That's right. Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities. As you can tell, I lost my voice after the first day of being in Branson. I woke up on Sunday morning, no voice. I was like, 6 adventures left to do, at least, and I've got no voice. And so it was a struggle, but I made it through. Good to see you, White Horse. Thank you for stopping in. I know you've been live the last couple of nights, and I've wanted to make it in, but I have not been able to. It's been jam-packed. I've been taking advantage of every possible second that I could in Branson to do adventures. Pretty much every waking moment there was all about Tommy Travels Adventures. In the 3 days, I've got 10 videos of stuff that'll be coming out in that 3 days. So it's a lot of stuff. But what did I do? I drove all night long, and then I went to Ripley's Believe It or Not, and then I went to this place called Peschetti's, which is an Italian restaurant. On the outside of the building, it has this huge, like 3-story long, tall fork that's sticking into this huge freaking meatball with spaghetti dropping all over it. And it's supposed to be a fun place to get an Italian, nice spaghetti dinner. So I did that as an adventure, along with the room reveal and all of that, which I stayed in a really nice hotel. And then after that, I went to the Hollywood Wax Museum that they have there. That was really fun too. That was a really good time. So many great sculptures in there, and so well put together. It was super fun. And then I came home, downloaded all that stuff, and then I was pretty much dead because I hadn't slept at all that night or anything. And, I had been going since 11 o'clock the night before driving. Yeah, it was really fun. And then the next morning, I slept in a little bit on Sunday, got up about 10, but didn't sleep that well because it was the first night in a different bed in a hotel. I never seemed to sleep very well the first night of a hotel stay for some reason. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but just different pillows, different mattress, lots of things going through my head. Yeah, it was a really fun time. And what did I do on Sunday? I went to that car museum. That's when I went to the Celebrity Car Museum. That was really fun. That's where I saw the Mike Myers car and the Shaggin' Wagon from Dumb and Dumber. Then I went to Okay, Commander Vlogs, thanks so much for stopping in. I appreciate you coming in, and always love your support. And you have yourself a really good day, and I will see you soon, my friend. Thank you for stopping in. And thanks for the share, too, by the way, and for the Super Chat donation. I appreciate it. Greg Manley's still hanging out. Thank you so much for sticking around with me on my beautiful drive through Iowa here. This is not the most exciting drive you'll ever see in your life, but this is kind of the more hilly part. It still kind of looks like Missouri, but it gets real flat pretty soon. Good vibes. That's right, Commander Fox. Good vibes. I like that Beach Boys song, Good Vibrations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations. That's a good song. As you can tell, I'm a great singer right now, too. Ford Man, aka Kenneth Oaks. Hello there. Thank you so much for coming in. We're just on a little bit of a drive. One person heads out and another person comes in. That's awesome. I just decided to fire up a live stream on my drive home from Branson, Missouri, all the way back to St. Paul, Minnesota. That's where we're going. Look at the fall colors going on. They've really turned a lot here. In Branson, they're just starting to turn, just starting to look like fall out there. Here, it is full fall mode right now. Look at that. That's beautiful. So this is the first time I've ever done a driving live stream like this. Usually it's always me in the mix. But this time I thought, let's just see if we can figure out how to do it while I'm driving. It's working out pretty well, I'd say. Thanks for coming in, Ford Man. I appreciate it. I just got done with a fun trip in Branson, Missouri. That was really fun. I left Friday night at 11 and coming home right now. Which I'm glad I got a hotel because a lot of trips I was doing before I started getting hotels, I would just go as far as I could drive, do an adventure, and then drive home immediately after. And so sometimes I'd be up for 24 to 30 hours straight, driving, doing adventures, and then driving back. But this time I said, no way, there's too much to do in Branson. So I had to stay a few days to get it all done. And I'm glad I did too, because it makes the drive home a lot easier. Roy and Becky's Travels. Look who it is. Thank you so much for coming in. Good to see you guys. You are in the mix. As you can tell, I have no voice. I spent the last 3 days doing adventures in Branson, and I talked myself out. I noticed that when I do adventures, I tend to talk a little bit louder than I normally would in my natural voice. Because the camera's so far away from me, I want to make sure I'm projecting enough so that it picks up on the mics. And I did enough adventures to wear out the old voice in the last few days. Howdy, howdy. Glad to have you guys in here. This is nothing, this is no big deal or anything. This is just a way to kill some time and have some fun on my drive home from Branson, Missouri. Branson was really fun. You know how much I love the Wisconsin Dells and doing adventures out there. Well, that's just like the Wisconsin Dells out there. So many things to do. I would say there's more stuff going on there than there is in the Wisconsin Dells. And I did 9 adventures, and still there's a number of things that I could go back there and still do. So I'll have to go back there again. Oh, look at that. My good friend Jen Bajda just shared out my video, my live stream. That's awesome. Greg Manley's still hanging out. He's been with me since the beginning when I started this stream. Thank you, Greg Manley, for sticking around this whole time. You're awesome. Commander Vlogs was in here. He gave a nice little super chat donation. I appreciate that. And Papa Mozo even stopped in for a little bit. Got us talking about technology with phones and everything like that. Jen Vajda, there you are. Thank you so much for coming in. We're just enjoying some beautiful scenery here in Iowa on my drive home. And so I just thought I'll fire this up, and anybody who wants to come in and watch the countryside fly by for a little while, more than welcome to hang out with me. Thanks so much for coming in, Jen. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the share. And thanks for all the support that you've been giving me. Every time I put out a video, I've got a bunch of folks from your wonderful family over there that come in and support what I'm doing, and I appreciate that a lot. If you're not connected with Jen Bajda, ladies and gentlemen, as I like to say, correct that mistake immediately. Beautiful view and scenery, Ford Man says. Thanks so much. I thought it's a nice day. There's fall colors outside. If somebody wants to take a little mini mental vacation and just check out some fall colors and listen to me blabber on about stuff, go ahead. If anybody's got any things that they have going on that you want to mention or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I mean. Jen Bajda saying hello to everybody. I'm straightening out this camera here. It's not positioned in the best way possible, so it might be a little bit shaky. There's not much I can do about that. You'll just have to kind of bear with it. This road is not the smoothest road I've ever driven on, that's for sure. But we got a whole lineup of trucks that we're passing here. I appreciate everybody coming in here today to say hi. This has turned out pretty well. I think I might do this more often. There wasn't any notice or anything. I just decided, hey, let's just go live and see what happens. And it turned out that I got a pretty darn good group of people coming in saying hello. I appreciate that. So thank you guys for stopping in. I'm going to just keep going here for a little bit. Let you talk amongst yourselves, or if you have something coming up that you want to discuss, or a topic that you'd like to bring up, or questions about my trip to Branson, Missouri, or any questions at all, I'd be happy to answer anything that comes up as well. Oh, exciting for the Halloween video coming out this weekend. Yes, that'll be coming out on Halloween. It'll be bonus content from Screamtown. That place was crazy. Screamtown Wow, they do such a good job over there. I did the hayride adventure, and that was super fun. The, the year before, when I did the hayride, was just a drive-through where you didn't get out of your vehicle at all. They had the stages set up, and I thought that was really fun. But then this year, they brought it back to the actual hayride where you get into the cart and drive around, and oh my gosh, so interactive and fun. And then the Scream Town was awesome. So I saved a couple of those buildings, a couple of those haunted houses for some bonus content for Halloween. Um, we should be passing you. Uh, whoops. Heading the other direction. Oh my gosh. Um, the doctors have delayed 2 weeks. Okay. Okay. I thought you were going to say you're going to be passing me on the road. I'm like, you're in Iowa right now? My goodness. Who else do we have here? Shauna's Tube. Hello there. Thank you so much for coming in. Glad to have you here in the mix. The view that you are looking at is of Iowa, America. America. We're just probably about an hour away from Des Moines. Not even that. Des Moines is one of the big cities in Iowa. But this is kind of what it's like driving through Iowa these days. Glad to come home on a Tuesday. Oh, okay, let's see. Roy and Becky's Travels. We should have been in. Okay, okay. I got you. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Brett's Worship Channel. Thank you so much for stopping in. It's kind of fun to have just all sorts of folks stopping in to say hello. Good to have you here, Brett's Worship Channel. We're just on a drive back home from Branson, Missouri. Just enjoying some scenic views on our drive and just saying hello to the peeps out there that feel like stopping in along the way. Did you smack the like button, Brett's Worship Channel? Thanks so much for doing that. I appreciate it. Thanks to Jen Basta for sharing. Thanks to Commander Vlogs for sharing it out. And also thanks to Commander Vlogs for the super chat donation. Is it hot there in Branson? It was fairly warm for compared to what it is in Minnesota. It was nice and warm, yes. I wanted to extend out my summer for another week or so, or at least extend out my fall for another week or so before coming back and experiencing winter in Minnesota, which I am not looking forward to. It was in the 60s in Branson, and it felt nice and warm. And then when I stopped to get gas in northern Missouri, it's still about 60 or so, but windy. So it felt like about 45 or so. It was freezing cold putting gas in the car. So I was like, oh man, this is not good. I need summer to last one more season for another 3 months and then go into spring and then back into summer again. In Indiana, it's 53. Okay. Right now, if I look out on my thermometer thing, it's saying 61. So we're a little warmer where I'm at right now, but it's windy, so it feels cold. But that's the other thing. Since winter is coming, I wanted to have a list of adventures already edited and ready to release so that on a few of the winter days when I should be out doing an adventure, but it's snowing and freezing cold and there's nothing to do, I'll be like 10 weeks ahead right now from for my adventures. I'm like, I could not do anything for the next 10 weeks and still have adventures to put out. All from Branson, Missouri. So that's pretty good. But if I start going out and doing adventures during this time, I might start putting some adventures out, like maybe a couple times a week for a little bit, um, just to get them released. I don't want to get too far ahead. Being spring and still putting out October videos, we don't want to have that. Oh my gosh! Thanks for coming in. The NDT show. You are in the mix. Thank you so much for coming in. And the Stock Explorer. Hello. Thank you so much for coming in as well. We're just on a ride home from Branson, Missouri, up to St. Paul, Minnesota. You're looking at the beautiful scenery of Iowa. And so I lost my voice. Roy and Becky's Travel saying hello to the NDT show. Awesome. Oh, Brett's Worship Channel, you were in Florida all week? Oh my gosh, and it was in the 80s? But I'll bet, yeah, it was cold coming back. That's the same thing that happened to me. I went to Orlando at the end of March of this year. And I went down there from like a Thursday and came back Monday. And whew, what a difference. Because it was like, well, it was starting to hit some 40s, maybe 50s in Minnesota. But it was still pretty chilly when I left Minnesota. And the last week of March, that's spring break in Florida. It was packed down there. And the weather, it was like middle of summer kind of weather for Minnesota. It'd be like August in Minnesota. I just skipped from March to August all of a sudden in one flight. Landed in Orlando, came off the plane, and I could just feel the humidity in the air and the heat. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like heaven. I had a sunburn on my back by the time I got home, and I didn't even go out laying out. It burnt me through my t-shirt. That's how bad it was. It was hot out there. So, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Did you have a good time in Florida, Brad's Worship Channel? Where did you go? Did you go to Orlando or Tampa or Fort Lauderdale? Where did you go to? And what did you do? Oh, Kathy Ramos coming in. Thank you so much for coming in, Kathy. She's a good friend of my other good friend, Jen Bajda. Kathy Ramos is great at supporting the channel. Pretty much everything I do, she's in there leaving a comment and a like and helping me out, and I appreciate that. Glad to have you guys in here and hanging out for my drive home. I wish I had more of a voice, but sadly I do not. Brett's Worship Channel, yes, I want to go back to Orlando. Nice. John Chalker came in. John Chalker from Waterbury, Connecticut. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming in, John Chalker. Good to see you. This is Iowa that we're in. We started out in Missouri. We crossed the state line and said, welcome to Iowa. And so, yes, we're driving through Iowa. There's a rest stop there to the right. There's a bunch of semis in there hanging out. Your license or something. Let's get around this truck. I think we've entered Osceola, Iowa, is where we're at. Jen Vajda is saying thank you to Kathy Ramos for coming in. Yes, Kathy Ramos is awesome. Great supporter, and I appreciate it very much. I appreciate all of you for all of the support, for coming in here on a Tuesday afternoon on no notice, just to watch some countryside fly by on the live stream. But it is a beautiful day for it. This is some good scenery. This is a good scenery day, as I like to call it. And what I really do appreciate is that this is keeping me not bored. You guys are helping me out. Usually these get to be really long drives. This is a 9.5-hour drive. Tend to get real sleepy and distracted, bored. So I thought, if I fire up a live stream, you guys will keep my brain active. So thanks so much. Jen Bajda, holy cow. Thank you so much for becoming the newest member of the mix. So much. That is awesome. I appreciate all of your support. You are wonderful. if you do not have Jen Bajda, correct that mistake immediately. Of course, I think anybody in here has Jen Bajda by now, I'm sure. She's an awesome supporter of the community. She has live streams, so if you're looking to grow your channel and make new friends, she does grand live streams, and she has people, other live stream people come up on her panel, and they play games, and they do all sorts of fun stuff. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate your support. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the TR Show. The TR Show. Thank you so much for stopping in. My goodness, I was not expecting that. I just thought, I'm on my drive home from Branson, Missouri, and I'm going to just turn on the live stream and go for a little ride, show the scenery as it flies by. Whoever wants to come in can say hi. But we have the TR Show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Greg Manley saying hello to TR. My Butt's Adventures came in too. Holy cow. And TR Show shared out the stream. Wow. Things are piping up, you guys. What the heck is going on? Yes, a very blue sky today. Very nice indeed. We're driving through a kind of a wooded area, and the fall colors are really popping in some areas. My voice is actually getting a little bit better than it was the last couple of days. The last couple of days I've had no voice at all. And I had to do 6 videos like that. Trying to go, it's Tommy Travels. And I've got nothing there to say. Constance, thank you so much for coming in. Good to have you here. Constance Crops, saying hello to Greg. I appreciate everybody for stopping in. I had a great time in Branson, Missouri. I did 9 adventures in 3 days. I did so many fun things. So there's going to be a lot of adventures coming out from Branson. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. Thank you so much for the super chat from Commander Vlogs from earlier. And thanks to Jen Bastra for becoming the newest member of the mix. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, that truck in front of me almost swerved and cut off this other truck in front of me. We almost saw a big truck accident happening right now. Thank goodness that didn't happen. TR saying hello to Greg Manley. I appreciate everybody for stopping in. I thought, well, who's going to want to stop in and just see a live stream of me driving? I don't want to even see me driving. But I thank you guys for coming in. Here's a funny story. I was just in TR's stream. I don't remember. It was either last night or the night before. And but anyway, I just saw that he was live, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop in there. And he was talking about kind of like with relationships and stuff like that, and he brought up about certain type of people that get abused by their spouses and things like that. But the sex life is really good, so they still stick around. And there are people like that. I've known people like that, you know, it's like they get treated like crap all the time, every which way. They get abused, but that part is really good. So it's kind of hard to leave for some reason. Like there's no one else out there that can do that. So I said to TR, I said, well, hopefully there's not anybody out there that's not happy with the sex part of it, but they stick around anyway for the beatings. That was funny. I was like, can you imagine that? So it's like, well, he's terrible at sex, but he beats the crap out of me, and I love it. That was funny. That was good stuff. Glasses Kingdom. Thank you so much for coming in, Glasses Kingdom. Glasses Kingdom just hit over 100,000 subscribers and just got the YouTube award for the 100,000 mark. I saw that picture on Instagram. That was unbelievable. My gosh. You know what's cool about that too, TR, is I remember, like, before anybody knew about Glasses Kingdom, I don't even know if Glasses Kingdom was a thing yet. And the TR show, you were probably at, I don't remember, 15,000 maybe, something around there. And you said, you don't know this, nobody knows this, but by this time, in a year, within a year, or by the year's end, or something like that, I don't remember what the time frame was, but you said, I will have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Nobody believes me. Nobody knows it. But I will. I will have 100,000 because I set the goals and I achieved the goals, and I will have 100,000. And by golly, there you are with 100,000. It's awesome. So happy for you. If anybody deserves it, it's you. You've put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and it really paid off. And so I'm happy to see your success. Greg Manley saying congratulations. And it's not just your success too, because through the TR show, um, you've inspired a lot of channels to grow as well. You've helped a lot of channels grow. So as you've gotten more successful, so have other channels as well. And so that's awesome. I'm so happy to see all the good fortune coming your way. And it's very inspiring to smaller channels that are thinking about, well, what about me? But you just have to keep working, and you'll get it figured out. I've got this U-Haul coming right up beside me here. Going at one of those speeds where they don't really want to pass you. They don't want to fall behind, so they just want to drive right beside you the whole time. That's annoying. Do you ever have somebody that just wants to just drive right beside you the entire time? It's like, no, don't do that. Blessed one. Hello there. Thank you so much for coming in. So glad to have you here. Thank you, TR, again for sharing out the stream. Blessed one, thank you so much for coming in. Saying hello to TR. I appreciate everybody who's been stopping in. I don't know how long of a live I'm going to do. I've been going for almost an hour and a half now. I might keep it going for a little bit longer. Just to help keep me from wanting to fall asleep. You guys are taking my attention away from the boredom of the road, so I appreciate it. Blessed one saying hello to TR. Blessed one, this is Iowa. We're outside of Des Moines, Iowa, probably about 40 minutes or so outside of Des Moines, Iowa, which is one of the bigger cities in Iowa. And we are on our way to St. Paul, Minnesota. We are going to be there in 3 hours and 57 minutes from now. So, in 4 hours we'll be in St. Paul. I'm definitely not going to be streaming for that long. That's for sure. I've used up 20% of my battery while doing this live stream. And it's plugged in. Hey, Maria's Fun Fam. Thank you so much for coming in. Got 8 people right now in my back seat. Checking out the old scenery from Iowa here. Thank you all for coming in and saying hi and just for checking in. I know this is not the most exciting kind of a stream that you could do, but it's more for my benefit of staying out of boredom. So I appreciate everyone's support for stopping in. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Here I'm saying good weekend. It's already Tuesday. I feel like it was just the end of the weekend. I had a very extended weekend. So when I go to work tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday. But I'll be almost done with the week. That'll be strange. Traveling with Nick P. Where are you traveling to, Tommy? Well, I did travel. I left at 11 p.m. on Friday night. I left at 11 p.m. and drove all night to get to Branson, Missouri, and spent Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in Branson doing adventures. And now today is my come home day. And so I am just driving all day. It's basically an all day drive situation. And so I thought, as long as I'm doing nothing, I may as well go live and have some people distract me on my drive so that I don't want to fall asleep. Sometimes when you go on these long drives like this, it's really boring. So I thought I need something to take my mind off of the boring road and scenery. So thank you all for coming in and helping with all that. John Vasha, the mix. You are in the mix. Last one, driving. That's right. It's the drive time. This is, well, traveling with Nick P. Well, let's see here. Oh, you're on your 34th state with the Amtrak trip. Oh my gosh. That's right. I heard you were going to do that. You're going all over the country in that trip and traveling all over the place. 33 days. My goodness. 33 days. That is a long time to be on a train. That's ridiculous. But I bet you're going to get some good adventures out of that trip. Lots of good videos. I bet you see a lot of awesome scenery. This guy behind me can't move over. Sorry. This guy's tailgating like, get out of my way, I want to pass you. I've got a semi directly to the right of me. And so I can't exactly let him just pass by me. How do I do this? Oh my gosh. Traffic is, you'd think on a Tuesday it wouldn't be that bad. In the middle of Iowa, out in the middle of nowhere, you'd think traffic would be just fine and dandy. But no, everyone's like, no, me first, me first. I've got to be first. So usually my goal with these things is to put the cruise control on 72 miles an hour or 73. Cops will usually give you 2 or 3 miles an hour and just sit there and comfortably drive through. Oh, okay, let's see here. Lots of good videos coming up. That's awesome. Traveling with Nick P. Some of those long messages, it's hard to read when I'm driving, but I'm glad you're going to get some great videos out of all that. Well, if you're going to all those states, my gosh, That's a big chunk of the country to see. I would like to I'm trying to still check more states off the list. This adventure was not one of those. Because I've been to St. Louis on adventures. I've also been to Kansas City, Missouri on adventures. And so coming to Branson wasn't checking off a new state. But I wanted to go to Branson, though, because of all the stuff that there is to do there. The next big place that I want to go is to Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's like Branson, too, with so many conglomeration of things to do that it would take 3 or 4 days to make a dent in it. So it'd have to be like, I'd have to take like a week off to go do something like that. But that's on my list. That would check another state off my list. Okay, Maria's Fun Times. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate you. Sorry I'm bad at kind of keeping up with the messages here. Just trying to make sure I greet everybody as they're coming in, show some of the cool scenery that we have in front of us. Just kind of hang out and see who pops in here and there. We had all sorts of people popping in and out during various times of this drive. And so I appreciate each and every one of you. We had Commander Vlogs with the Super Chat, Jen Pasha, the newest member of the mix. TR, Maria's Fun Times, Traveling with Nick P is here. Last one, thank you so much for being here. Greg Manley, of course. Greg Manley has been sticking around the entire time that I've been on. He's been here. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Greg Manley. Glasses Kingdom was even in here. TR and Glasses Kingdom. And the Stock Explorer and Kathy Ramos. Kathy Ramos was here. Brett's Worship Channel. Roy and Becky's Travels. They were all in here today. My goodness. And White Horse Theology. Who could forget about White Horse Theology was in the mix? Thank you guys all so much. And Elvis. Is Elvis in the building? Elvis is in the building. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, Elvis. Good to see you, my friend. I'm driving home from Branson, Missouri. And went to a couple of places where I saw some stuff. I went to the Celebrity Car Museum, and I saw one of your old chopper motorcycles that you used to own. It was very cool. It's kind of strange. I was like, this is Elvis's motorcycle right here that I'm looking at, standing right in front of. And then I was at the world's largest toy museum. They had a whole collection of Elvis stuff, memorabilia, your picture, and all sorts of Elvis stuff over there. And thanks for smashing the thumbs up. Yes, it's a 3-wheel bike. A 3-wheel chopper. It's very nice. I almost wanted to take it for a spin, but there was quite an obstacle course of cars to get through to get it out of the building. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, very, very nice bike. I saw all sorts of things there. I saw the Shaggin' Wagon from Dumb and Dumber, the Mutt Cuts car. That was cool. And the Mirthmobile from Wayne's World, I saw that there. I saw the 18 van, some Jurassic Park Jeeps. They had the Mystery Machine van out in the parking lot too. That was kind of cool. Lots of nostalgic cars. Oh, and one of the coolest ones, besides the DeLorean from Back to the Future, they had uh, Batmobile from the TV show from the 50s TV show or 60s. Get back home before the snow. Yeah, I know. I'm in for it. I had to have adventure with sunny days in it. One last weekend of sunny day adventures before the snow starts flying in Minnesota, and it's about too soon, I think, because as I was leaving Minnesota late Friday night, um, they were talking about it's going to be down below the 30, in the lower 30s. So cover up your tomato plants if you have them. That's what the weather people always say out here whenever starts getting to be this time of year. Cover up your tomatoes, because if they freeze, then they're done. You lost them for good. You gotta tuck them in nicely. Oh yeah, there was all sorts of cool things in that museum. I went to so many places. The world's largest toy museum was really cool. They had a model train set up there, which was really neat. But then they also had a display of a whole circus carnival thing with like circus tents and animals and food vendor stands and Ferris wheels and all sorts of things circus related. But it looks like they just made out of plastic or whatever. But no, the whole set was hand carved out of wood. Even the wheels on the tires and of the trucks and things like that were in the display. Um, Everything hand carved out of wood. That display took the guy 20 years to put together. 20 years to put it all together. I was like, my gosh, the dedication to do something like that is absolutely astounding. That there are people out there. So if anybody is still in the chat, um, have I been buffering at all during the time that you've been here? Or has it been a pretty solid connection the whole time? I just want to know if I'm buffering out a lot. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep this live going, but I just want to make sure. Not buffering? Okay. Not okay. Good. That's awesome. I've never done a drive live like this, and so wanted to test. Whoops, messing with the camera here. Wanted to just test it out. And it looks like it is. It's working out really well. So I might do this again sometime as well. So how are you doing, Albus? Are you up to anything cool? Got any fun stuff coming up? Places that you're going? Ford Man, aka Kenneth Oaks. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, I've been in the background the entire time. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I appreciate your support for it, man. Thank you so much. Who else do we have coming in? Hey, Lori's Crochet Center. Thank you so much for coming in. Corner, I mean, is it center? Lori's Crochet Corner. Thank you so much for being here. Saying hello to Roy and Becky's Travels. Thanks for stopping in. What you are looking at is the beautiful scenery of Iowa. And what you are hearing is the voice of a very frazzled out Tommy Travels. I went to Branson, Missouri this weekend, did 9 adventures in 3 days, and lost my voice in the process. So I thought, I'm tired out and everything. So I thought on the drive home here, I may as well have some people in the back seat and see who would want to go on this drive with me for a while. And so thank you so much for coming in. This is, we're in the state of Iowa, which is probably not the best state to drive through, but still, I need to get a drink. I know that I've got beverages in here. Just see if I can find it. 1 second. Just bear with me, guys. Grabbing a carbonated beverage. The Stock Explorer, thank you so much for sticking around. Been in here for a little while. Thanks to everybody who's maybe not chatting very much, but just supporting by having the live on. And thanks to Jen Basha, Commander Vlogs, and TR for sharing out the stream. Thanks to Jen for becoming the newest member of the mix. I appreciate that. And of course, thanks to Commander Vlogs for the super chat donation today. I appreciate that as well. You got a long drive, Tommy? Yes, I've been going since 8 in the morning. And I have 3 hours and 37 more minutes to go. There we go. Got a scratch in my throat. So yeah, it's been kind of a long drive, but it's been a lot better with having people here during the live stream. I'm going to probably do this more often. I'm not as concerned about having 50 people in the live stream or anything like that. I don't worry about that. Just to have the It's quality, not quantity for me. To have awesome people stop in and say hi and support means a lot to me. My big question is going to be when, when it comes time to go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, how am I going to get there? I would rather not drive because it is a long drive to get down there. A very long drive. Uh, but then it's a long flight too. When I went to Orlando, I had originally wanted to go to Gatlinburg, but I couldn't find a straight flight out there. All the flights were a stop off in Florida and then to Gatlinburg, so it would take 10 hours of the day to get to where I want to go. In which case I thought, well, then you may as well just drive there if it's going to take that long. But then that's a really, really, really long drive. It's like an 11 or 12-hour drive. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do when it comes time to get to there. There's not any easy way to go there. The skydiving pickle. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming in. My gosh, I haven't said that name in a long time. The skydiving pickle. Glad to have you here. Elvis and the skydiving pickle in the same stream. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Elvis. Thanks so much for stopping in. Vermont Paint. Thanks so much for coming in. Good to see you, Bruce. Oh, let's see here. Vermont Paints needs to pee. Sorry. We're going to be going for a while. I hope you brought your adult diapers. You can just use your adult diapers, your depends. I was going to go live. That's funny that you said that because I was about to turn on my live. And I was like, why don't you find a place to go pee first before you start that up? So that's literally what I did. I waited to find the next rest area with the gas station so I could gas up, go pee, and be like, okay, now I'm good to go. Let's fire this thing up. We got quite a traffic jam going on over here. My gosh. Vermont Pain, I'm glad you're driving and not Sonya. I've seen Sonya driving. She doesn't seem like a bad driver, but I don't know. I haven't seen it enough. Maybe she is. I don't know. But yeah, I think you'll be accident free. I've got the airbags turned on in your seat there for you, Vermont Pain. For anybody just tuning in, This is the drive. We're in Iowa right now. I spent the last 3 days in Branson, Missouri, and we're on our way back to St. Paul, Minnesota. I lost my voice while I was down there doing all sorts of adventures. So there's going to be about 6 adventures from Branson, Missouri that will come out, and I will have no voice. I was not going to take the time to rest my voice while I was in Branson, Missouri, with all those adventures waiting to be done. So I just had to push through and do it. And so after work tomorrow, which is a phone job, so hopefully I'll have enough of a voice to be able to do my job tomorrow. I know there's comments happening right now, but I'm in kind of a traffic jam here, concentrating on not crashing. So I'm not reading the comments all that much. But I appreciate everybody stopping in here. Or it's the New Jersey drivers. The New Jersey drivers around her. Yeah. That's the thing about driving is you can be the best, most safest driver in the world, but some idiot smashes into you anyway. That's tough. That's kind of like the people that spend their whole life living the vegan lifestyle and going out for a 2-mile run every morning and biking to work and biking back from work and doing all the healthiest stuff they can possibly think so they can live a little bit longer than everyone else and be a little bit more superior to everyone in this wonderful lifestyle. And then hit by a bus on their bike ride home from work one day. And it turns out that the guy they were preaching to about getting healthy lived longer than they did. I guess that's the way it goes. The speech to, yeah, I do need that. This is my first ever drive thing. I know there's an app that you can get that does that, but I haven't really needed it because I always do lives from home where I can keep my eye on the chats. This is the very first time I've ever tested out doing a live while I'm driving. This road is bumpy. It's killing the camera. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's a bumpy ride here. But if I do a lot more of these, which I don't know because I don't go on road trips like this all that often, but who knows? If I decide to do this more often, I might get that feature so I can read the text. All right. I heard that. Yeah, they spend 90% of the time worried about it instead of driving. Yeah. I know I missed a bunch of comments, but it's not bad. I can focus on it a little bit. When there isn't all of this traffic, you're just kind of out in the middle of the cornfield somewhere, then it's not bad. But when I have all these maniacs on the list, it gets to be tough to keep up with all the comments and everything. All right, 220 miles more. We are almost home. Look at that. It's free, and it's called what? Speech to chat. One word, speech to chat. Okay, I'm going to remember that. I think I will get that. My screen's crooked. Keep adjusting the screen because it's not sticking. These roads are so bumpy, it's messing up my camera here. Okay, so speech to chat. I'll have to check that out. I think Commander Vlogs has that too. It works pretty good for him. And he isn't even driving or painting or anything like that. He's actually got it there, but he's not always paying attention. So then he'll just hear him. The only thing that's a little bit annoying about it is certain ones where you want to kind of skimp over, get read anyway. Because as soon as somebody comes in, then all of a sudden you're going to get all the Tommy Travels said hi to TR. TR said hi to Tommy Travels. SF Rose said hello to TR. TR said hi to SF Rose. You get like 40 of those going on. And when you're trying to actually talk and say something, it's tough to make a point. But for a situation like this, it's probably a good idea. All right, so that was our last highway interchange that we needed to take. Now, this is a straight shot right up to Homeward Bound. We have the Des Moines Area Community College coming up. James Cantonese, thank you so much for stopping in, coming along with us for the ride. I appreciate it. We're currently in the city of Des Moines, Iowa. We're just entering in. And we are headed to, of course, St. Paul, Minnesota. I just fired up this live. I don't know how long it's going to go, how far I'm going to take this, keep this going. But so far, it's been kind of fun. We don't have a ton of people in or anything like that, but it's been fun just to see who pops in here and there. And I appreciate that you did as well. To sit in the back seat for a while. I hope you're not sitting next to Bruce. He's got on Japan, so you don't know what's going to happen. And he has to go. So if you're sitting next to Bruce, you might want to change seats with someone else if someone wants to switch with you, but don't tell them why. Oh, now we're on some smooth pavement. This is nice. You know, all those summers you go through and it's like more construction, this lane closed and that lane closed. And then sometimes it's nice to see it pay off and go, oh, look, some nice, beautiful road. And that lasts for about 30 feet, and then you're back on to the regular stuff. Bruce, your pizza has no toppings. That's a bummer. That's about the worst kind of pizza. Although it would be kind of funny just to call and go, yeah, I'd like to order a pizza. Yeah, what'd you like on it? Nothing. I don't want any toppings. I just want the pizza. So just tomato sauce then? Yeah, that should be fine. Just some dough and some tomato sauce would be good to go. Well, we do have breadsticks. Nah, I'm craving pizza. That's good stuff. I will tell you one cool thing about this vehicle that I'm driving. It's a Subaru Crosstrek, a 2020, and it's got the features where if you start to go out of the lane, it'll beep at you and shift you back into the middle of the lane. It's also got um, sensors. If you're about to smash into somebody, it'll beep and let you know, especially when you're backing up. If something comes to back you, it's like beep, 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 beep. Well, yesterday I was in this parking lot. I was backing up. I was looking at the camera, but I didn't see it coming up. I almost hit this truck behind me, but I didn't because the vehicle stopped me from doing it. It just stopped. I didn't hit it. I would have rammed into the back of this guy's truck if I didn't have that feature on this car. So I don't know what extra I paid to have that feature on this car. Whatever it is, it paid itself. It paid for itself yesterday. And to have a little fender bender like that in a whole other state, that would suck. Veg pizza. Wow. I suppose for folks that can't eat meat for whatever reason, there's probably some pretty good veg pizzas out there. Get enough tomatoes and things on there, peppers and stuff. I suppose you can make a pretty good pizza. But for me, it's more of a sausage, pepperoni, black olives, extra cheese. That's my pizza right there. That's my go-to. Maria's Fun Time still hanging out. Thank you so much, Maria's Fun Times, for hanging out with us here in the mix today. What is your favorite kind of pizza, Bruce? We know it's not nothing. It's probably not like Ben's pizza. Mine, as I said, is sausage, pepperoni, black olive, extra cheese. Not a big mushroom fan. I can eat them if they are in a pizza, but I don't care for it. They're too slimy. Oh, the meat lover pizza, huh? Nice. Those are good too. I've had those. I would take the meat lover pizza over the veggie pizza. Maria's, yours sound good too. Italian sausage. If you get a pizza with good Italian sausage, like big chunks of it, that is delicious. That's a nice spicy Italian sausage on the pizza. That's good stuff. There's a place that I order from here that the pepperoni is good, but it's hard to mess up pepperoni. But the sausage is great. Big chunks of Italian sausage. It's very good. Nobody has said pineapple yet. It's funny, there's a huge debate about if you can put pineapple on pizza or not. I can eat pineapple on pizza, but it's oh miss oh man. I hear you, Vermont Bates. I mean, oh, if somebody said I could never eat meat again, wow, and that would be tough. Especially now that I know that there's places out there like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. My gosh, I did an adventure in St. Louis. I did the hotel room reveal of where I was staying, and they had a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse on the ground floor, and it was like the best steak I've ever had in my life. Holy cow, was that a good? That was probably the best meal I've had in my life. Everything was so good. I had shrimp and steak. So that would be real. That would be a tough blow for me. So yeah, I'm not experiencing what you are going through as far as that's concerned, but I definitely feel for you because I know how devastating I would be from that. I'm shocked that a fisherman likes seafood pizza. Pepperoni and artichokes, Italian sausage. Wow, that sounds good. Holy cow. Maria, you're quite the chef over there. My gosh. You know what one of my favorite pizzas is? I don't know. Do you guys have Godfather's Pizza in your areas? Or have either of you heard of Godfather's Pizza? There might be some in Texas. I don't know about Vermont, though. So, Godfather's Pizza has a lunch buffet every day during the week, or whatever. So, I don't get to go there very often because I'm never in the area where the Godfather's Pizza is. But if you do go to the buffet, their best pizza that they have is their taco pizza. It is fantastic. It's amazing. So good. The lettuce is fresh, tomatoes are fresh, taco sauce tastes good. I'm craving it now that I'm even thinking about it. And so when you go to their lunch buffet and they put a taco pizza out there, it's gone in like 3 seconds because everyone loves their taco pizza so much. And so then you have to wait for the next taco pizza to come out. You think they just put out more taco pizzas, but they don't. They only put out one. It's so good though. So if you have a Godfather's in your area, go to their lunch buffet and have a taco pizza. But don't order a taco pizza unless you know you're gonna have the whole thing gone at the time that you eat it the first time. It is no good if you keep it in the fridge that night and decide that you're gonna have some the next day. Don't do that. It's no good. The lettuce gets wilted. There's too many vegetables and stuff on it. It gets gross if you try to eat it the next day. So that's why the only time I eat it is if I'm at the lunch buffet, and it is so good. Yeah, they've got great pizza there. I actually worked at a Godfather's for about 3 weeks when I was a kid. I was a dishwasher there. And uh, I just was like, this sucks. I hate washing dishes, so I quit. Oh man, I'm doing 75 miles an hour on cruise control, and I still have cars cruising up behind me like I'm standing still. Watch, you're gonna see some cars flying by me. I'm going 75. Oops. Oh my gosh, maple bacon. That sounds delicious. I think I have had maple bacon on something before. I don't remember what it was on, but I do remember I loved it. I was like, how have I not heard about maple bacon before? I don't think it was on a pizza though. It was on something. I think it may have been on a hamburger or something. Maria, I have a big family. We're not going to worry about whether we're going to finish a Godfather's taco pizza. Yeah, but yeah, that is their best pizza, is their taco pizza. I love Godfather's. There's a place called Rocco's that I order from a lot at home. I like just regular pizza. One time, my best friend Alice, her and I went out to this pizza place in the area where I live, and turned out to be one of those foo-foo pizza parlors. I call it a foo-foo pizza parlor because it was one of those that it's got the goat cheese, barley, and parsley pizzas and weird kind of junk stuff that people from California invented. And I was like, we didn't even order a pizza there. I just came in and saw all the stuff. I was like, no, this isn't going to fly. And we wound up leaving and going somewhere else. I said, I don't even know what half of these things mean. I don't want any tofu pizza or kale on my pizza. Thank you anyway. Oh yeah, veg crust pizza is not pizza. Yeah. Oh, their pizza's made out of cauliflower. Let's see here. Oh, the Cuban shrimp out there, Maria. That sounds delicious. Yeah, what is it? I think the cauliflower sales guy, I don't know what, he's bucking for a bonus. He's like, hey, you want to make spaghetti? How about if you guys use cauliflower? How about that? Oh, you guys want to make pizza? Why don't you make it with cauliflower? It'll be great. Somebody's winning the sales trip to Hawaii this year, for sure. Yeah, it's a salad. Yeah, pizza with cauliflower. It's called a salad. It's a vegetarian cauliflower pizza. No, it's not a pizza. Although if you put enough ranch dressing on it, it might be good. I love ranch dressing. Jen Vashta is still hanging out with us here in the mix. Thank you so much on our long drive. We still have 9 people in the back seat here today in this lovely drive through Iowa. We're already past Des Moines. We were in Missouri when this thing started. We are now 191 miles from St. Paul. I'll definitely not be going live for the entire 191 miles that we have left. However, I'm going to still go for a little bit longer just for the heck of it. See if anybody else pops in. Sometimes just when I talk about, okay, I think I'm going to wrap this baby up. I'm about done. Saying goodbye to everybody. Then all of a sudden, oh, I'm getting a raid from this person. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, there's 20 people. That happens. That's happened to me on a number of times. I'm playing the entertainer, just about to sign off, and then all these people start showing up. It's like, okay, I guess we're extending this out a little bit longer. Crazy. We've had a whole awesome group of people in here today, though, I'll tell you that. Maybe not all at one time, but definitely everybody that's come in here has been awesome. So thank you all for stopping in and hanging out with me. Some people are just kind of working or doing things in the background, but still have me on, and I appreciate that support as well. It is a beautiful day for a drive, though, I will say that. It's been some pretty great scenery we've had going on over here. And a lot more traffic than I originally thought there was going to be as well. Vermont Pink wife. Oh, yeah. Well, they say happy wife, happy life, right? So if the wife calls, you better answer. Greg Manley's still sticking around. Thank you, sir. You've been here for most of the 2.5 hours that I've been on live. I haven't gone live for this long since way back in the day when I needed watch hours. It's kind of fun to look back on those days when I was worried about watch hours and all of that to get monetized. Seems like forever ago now, but nobody started thinking about it. It's like, oh my gosh. I would stream for 3 hours sometimes, 3.5 hours, 4 hours. And I'd be looking the next day, how many watch hours did I get from that? Oh boy, I only need 1,500 more from somewhere. People would be running your playlists. Yeah. Those were fun times back in the day. Glasses Kingdom is still here. Holy cow. I thought you were long gone. Thanks so much for sticking around or coming back if you were out for a while. Thank you. I was just kind of talking about back in the day when, we were all trying to get monetized and getting watch hours and all that stuff. I'm this many away from that many. I kind of miss the days of Beat Your Crow channel. Because that was always exciting to get somebody who needed to get to the next level and be able to get them there. That was fun. But it was fun because it used to work and those people would stick around and become good friends with each other and help build a community. Now, it's not really the same. People pick up numbers and then YouTube takes them right away. And so, oh, I see. That's cool, TR. I appreciate everybody who's been sticking around this whole time. That's just awesome. We are now 1/2 mile out of Story City, Iowa. I don't know what stories they have to tell over there, but we're not going to stop and find out. I've done enough adventures in the last few days. It is windy outside. I can feel the wind pushing on my car to try to stay in the lane. It's kind of tough. When I went under got gas, it just about got blown away. It's a biting cold too. It's really cold. I mean, it's 60 degrees, but with the wind, it feels like about 40. I'm not used to there being a wind chill already. Or at least I'm not happy about it. I'm used to there being a wind chill in October. Last October at this time, we already had snow on the ground in Minnesota. So at least I'm thankful for sunshine and no snow so far. So that's good. Someday I would like to live in a warmer climate, though, where I don't have to worry about snow. If I could become a YouTube sensation and live anywhere, I used to think I would be out west somewhere, kind of like maybe a suburb of Las Vegas or something. But after having been to Orlando, that would be that's high on my list of places I would choose to live in the country if I could live anywhere. Especially, there's a place called Celebration, Florida that I visited. That's where Adam the Woo has a place out there. I went and checked it out, and it's just such a beautiful little town. So clean and well kept up, and um, I would love to live there. But I'm sure it's very expensive to live there because it's so close to Disney World. In fact, I think the town was actually built by Disney. It was supposed to be some Disney project of some kind. And now it's just a neighborhood, but I think it's pretty expensive. But I would love to live there if I could. So in this live, I'm only on the StreamYard side. I don't have a way of seeing what's happening on the YouTube side of things. So sometimes on the StreamYard side, the chat doesn't move for a while. So or it takes a while to update. So if anyone's chatting and I'm not responding to it or saying anything, it's because my StreamYard chat seems to be frozen at the moment because I haven't seen a chat show up on this side in probably the last 5 or 10 minutes. Or if there's just nobody chatting, that's fine too. There's not much to say. That's okay. It's kind of a boring drive, but it's keeping me preoccupied. My mind, it's keeping my mind going on otherwise what would be a pretty mundane drive. So I appreciate everyone who's sticking around and hanging out here today. I think there might be comments on the YouTube side, but I cannot see them on the StreamYard side. So if anyone's commenting, I'm not answering. That's why. They're not updating on StreamYard here. But just for fun, we'll play one of these. We'll play a couple of these just for the heck of it. All right. I just wanted to see if I could do that. Play a couple of those. Still no comments. I'm going to leave this going for a few more minutes. If I don't see any comments updating on the StreamYard side here, I'm just going to go ahead and end it. It's not any point if I can't see any comments happening. Or if somebody new comes in and leaves a comment, I want to be able to see that. All right, well, it looks like there's some sort of a problem. I'm not seeing any comments. I think it's frozen. I may not even be broadcasting right now. I don't know. But if you can still hear me, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today and making this drive go a lot better than it would have if you hadn't stopped in. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much to Commander Vlogs for the super chat, Jen Vajda for becoming the newest member of the mix. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone who has come in here and hung out with me today. I appreciate all of the support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side.